Again, the What It Takes Radio Company, we proudly present What It Takes, How to Be a World-Class Jesus Broadcaster. And today we remind ourselves, in case we didn't learn or forgot, that almost all of our radio training is about how to talk. And yet one of the most important parts of broadcasting is listening. So with your permission, may I tell you the story. Greetings and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Stan Houston, How to Be a World-Class Jesus Broadcaster, and this is episode number 6. We're finishing up. Well, of course, we just went through episode 5, which was quite a bit of an endurance contest for many people, though, as one person said, Stan, well, 50 minutes, if you're serious, it's probably a worthy 50 minutes and maybe kind of like a session of therapy. It's something we all need to better understand who we are and what we're doing and how this can perhaps make us far better in doing exactly what we said we want to do, and that is to be world-class Jesus broadcasters. So thank you for doing that. And of course, there are hundreds of questions or perhaps comments that you'd like to make. Certainly, you'd like to have a discussion about that, or perhaps you have something to add, or maybe you had a very specific aha, a real creative God moment of inspiration, and it might beat anything that was on that program that you have to add. All of that could happen, and I hope it will. And so that's why this session is quite short. You see, now it's time for you to learn one of the primary lessons of world-class broadcasting. Sometimes you just kind of shut up and listen. You just be quiet. You just listen. You listen to your audience. You listen to what their concerns are. You spend time with the people who are in your audience. As unfortunately one very ambitious young man told me, he said, Stan, I don't have time for any of that stuff. I got messages to make, and I got stories to tell, and I got some preaching to do, and I'm going to do it. That's going to take my time. I don't have time to do a lot of listening because my job is speaking, preaching, and proclaiming. Well, unfortunately, that is the view of many people, and I'm just going to simply say that's not a good view. That's not a biblical view in terms of the way Jesus and others spent their time. Hey, it's vital to do your listening time. Also, very much in what we talked about prayer time, that you actually spend some time in not only your studio, not only in your office, but in your study. And there you're reading and studying and praying and being quiet and listening. It's time to do that. And so I'm going to very much challenge you now to look at your life and say, how am I going to put into my life and my work the time to listen to others? How can I do that? And that's what I'd like to do right now. I've been working on this for, 35 years. I believe there's some real insight and wisdom there, but I don't know everything. I haven't had your experiences. I'm not always right. Sometimes I'm always wrong. So based on what you've heard so far, I want to hear from you. That's right. You're a broadcaster. You know what it's like, to be behind the microphone and in front of the camera. You've done that. You're doing that. You're going to do that. I'd like you to respond. Based on what you've encountered in your own life, heart, mind, and spirit from this presentation so far, share it with us. I would love for what happens now is that men and women like you would begin to share those things, and we could actually include those responses, your stories, your insight, your wisdom, your truth, your new ideas on being a world-class Jesus broadcaster, and be able to share them with all of us so that we all might grow from the experience of one another. That is the whole significance of the Christian community. It's not meant to be a single Jesus and you act. That's not the deal. Once you make the Jesus move, you've got a whole fellowship, a worldwide fellowship of saints and others who also are a part of your life and your mission and what you are and what you do. And I would like you to take that little logo seriously, where it says, based on what we call the Issachar deal, which is knowing what's going on, understanding the times and what to do for you. Not just for Israel in David's time, but you right now. What are you? What are you called to be? Understand the times so that you know what to be, maybe then what to say, or what to do, or maybe you want to mix them up. But basically, it's about who you are, and then what you say, and then what you do. Remember, once you've become a Jesus broadcaster, the mic's always on. You're always on stage. And you're always in a position to do one of two things: speak the truth or listen to the truth. You are out there in the world to better understand what's going on, to listen to others, and then be perhaps a mirror and a facilitator of their ways and their ideas, and at the same time taking what you know and what you learn and putting it in a good and maybe even great and a powerful way to communicate an idea that can help people live better now and live better forever. So, it's your turn. You're on stage. You are, in front of the camera. You're behind the microphone. You're going to do an audio podcast, or you're going to do a video program and send it to us and perhaps share with us what you've learned. So, number 6 is very short. It's simply, we're going to be quiet and listen to you. It's your turn. Then, later on, we'll come back with lesson 7, and we'll finish the program up and send you on your way to new adventures. I'm Stan Houston. Reach out to me at stanhouston@gmail.com, stanhouston@gmail.com. All the best and blessings to us all and to our family, in particular these very difficult and challenging times. Bye for now. And we thank you for your time, maybe even in your endurance. Please reach out to us at stanhouston@gmail.com, stanhouston@gmail.com. Leave your comments, your critiques, your questions, and maybe send us your videos and your audio programs in response to my request. And leave us a message if you wish at 520-664-7002 USA. And remember, this is brought to you by the What It Takes Radio Company.